Workshop Wednesday, everybody. We got Eli Incorporated in on it today with cameraman, because I got to show y'all some exciting stuff. As y'all know, I'm a fan of technology. Technology blowed up today. It didn't work. I got this little bitty. Wait. Look over here. I got this pair of spurs going. They gonna be fancy, super fancy. But this, I got a little tricky in here. We got scrolls going over and under, gold and all, and so my laser, that didn't work too good. So, we're gonna have to turn the TV on so they can see what's going on under the microscope. So I'm gonna have to do it by hand, which is awesome. It's all cool. It's fun to do that. But it was so small, it's so delicate, and I wanted to be precise, that my goggles wasn't going to be big enough, even my big optivisors. And you get number 10s and your working distance is 3 inches, so you get a bruise on your forehead where this thing's whacking you if you get real close. So it's always been a thought to do it under the microscope. Well, look at this, a little Southern Engineer going on here. This is an old chuck that was welded to a plate that came in a shop that I bought. I got my regular bench pen, my so-called bench pen is what I do to do my jeweler sawing. But look in here. So look up at we got to turn the TV on up there. We'll get it going in a second. It's just exciting. I wanted to show this to you guys. Hey here, he's up there. Hey here. Is it saying hey here? Yeah, here we go. All right. So if you look at my design here, there's my little piece of gold. I don't want to lose it. Here's my design. Well, this part and this part, those are part of the brand, and very important to have. And then you can see the complication of all this guy. And then here's another piece. Well, cutting that out with anything, it can get lost. The laser, it was getting lost. So I did a little ink pull. You can see a little black goop in there. Goop pull, Jeff Park calls it. That's where I learned how to do it. And you take tape and you put it over top of it and you burnish it on there. And then you can put it over here and you can see that I did my goop transfer, and then I came over here with my scribe and I traced around where the brand goes. And then we're going to come over here to the jeweler saw. So I cut this one out already. I wanted to test it before you guys got to see it. So then look at that. It's going to fit right in there. And the microscope has allowed me to be able to see this and do it. And so if I zoom in, it's going to get out of focus because it's on the, well, maybe I can get focused. I can go up enough. Oh yeah, there we go. So you can see how that booger fits. Like, it fits really cool. So what I'll do now is I'll come in here and I'll remove some of this material, get that gold set down in there, and then I'll get it soldered in, and then I'll come in and remove some of the gold to make it look like it's below the surface of those guys. So the gold doesn't have to be that thick at all. It doesn't even have to be half that thick. I just need the appearance of the gold. So I just got to get that cut out, the cavity cut out, and then put in there, and away we go. So it's really a fun deal. I never dreamed, I've always wanted to be able to work under the microscope of running a jeweler saw, but just not real easy. So you can see right here in the center, that right there, that's the part I just cut out. So I got to cut out two, one for each spur. And I'll cut this out, and then away we go. And with the jeweler saw, it's a little different, and then it's a little lower. I'm used to it working higher, but we can zoom it in and go to cutting. So y'all can see how good I can see. I'm seeing the same thing y'all are on the TV. It is a little different. My hand's way down below where it's used to, down by my knees. Not used to doing all that, but anyhow, it's cool. It's fun. It's fun to do new things like that and make it work. And precision. Like, I love precision and things to fit exactly. And I've been watching some stuff on Instagram. I follow some jewelry makers that, that stuff is so intricate and so fine, and them making their findings and all that. I had no idea how they were doing that. And so they got this clay and they position it all up and get their soldering on. They make it look really easy. I know it's not that easy, but but it gives me lots of inspiration on the precision of all this. So all's good. Podcast rocking and rolling Monday mornings with Carrie and Willie on Spotify. Who we have this week? Gunny?
Yep.
Or that last week? I think Gunny was this week. Gunny's this week. Gonna have Jim Jackson next week. So if y'all don't know who Jim Jackson is, he's one of the legends of leather carvers. Sheridan Leather Style, lives in Sheridan, Wyoming. Worked at King Saddlery forever, I believe, and Jim just a great guy, and it'll be really cool. He's one of the greats, one of the masters. Huge reputation, does incredible belts, leather carving like crazy. So anyhow, that'll be good. And then Tuesday to 2 was good yesterday. What did we do yesterday on Tuesday to 2?
Spur bevels.
Oh yeah, I was doing the twist on the bevel. So on that pair of spurs that I just showed y'all, the pinstriping is going to have a little, the bevel is going to be twisted. So I did a little of that, and showed a little bit of spurs, and also showed the buckle that I did for Kopi Dixon. It was really cool. So shout out to Kopi, let me do it. And these spurs are for Kopi too. So a lot of fun. Anyhow, all's good. What have I forgot? Patreon kicking. We're showing all kinds of videos and all that stuff. And on Workshop Wednesday and Tuesday too, we just kind of hit the highlights. But every day we're doing more. I did spur buttons this morning on for Patreon, and that these buttons on this pair of spurs are bigger. So these are ones that are cast that we all get. It's a standard spur button that we can buy and put in there. But every now and then that doesn't work. I want something bigger. So I like the size of that. So you get a piece of 3/4 round stock, put it in the lathe and machine it all down. It was all 3/4 to start off with. And I showed a little deal this morning of taking it out of the lathe and going to getting a drill, a handheld drill, and using the belt sander. So it's kind of a poor man's lathe, but it worked really good. Put a nice dome on it. It was pretty cool. So that was Patreon this morning. So anyhow, y'all interested in bent spur making? Patreon's the way to roll. Hope all is well, and we'll see you next week. Adios.